Welcome! In this video, you'll learn about the accounting feature in AIMS, including how to track charges, set up a payment plan, and apply credits and payments. AIMS allows you to track any financial obligations your clients must pay to your agency. Perhaps you regularly charge program or drug testing fees, or maybe you only charge clients for damaged equipment like a GPS monitor. While AIMS does not actually process payments, it acts as a ledger to track financial transactions and make accounting much easier. Before you can add charges to a client's account, you first need to add a financial obligation. The obligation specifies what the charges are for. From the Client's Involvement Overview page, click Accounting on the left. On the Obligations tab, click Add Obligation. Here you'll select the obligation type. If the one you want isn't on this list, you can ask your AIMS administrator to add it. I'll select drug testing fees and add a note to give more detail. Now I need to decide if I want to set up a payment plan. I expect my client to pay these fees off immediately, so I'll skip the payment plan for now and show you that later. In this area, I'll add the charges. My client had a positive drug test on August 1st, so I'll select that date. I'll enter $50 for the charge amount. There was another positive drug test on August 3rd, so I'll click Add Another and select the date and enter the amount. Now the total amount due for this obligation is $100. Click Save at the top and you'll see the obligation summarized here. If the client continues to have positive drug tests, I can add new obligations or continue adding charges to this existing obligation to keep them organized in one bucket. Just click on the obligation ID number and click Add Another Charge. Now let's add an obligation that needs a payment plan. I'll click Add Obligation and select Program Fee. Then turn on the Payment Plan toggle. Now we must decide the frequency and amount of the client's payments. I'll choose a monthly payment of $100 starting today. Next, we need to decide when the client can stop making these payments. Let's say that my agency's program fee is a flat $1,200 regardless of how long my client stays in the program. In that case, I'd select this first option to end the $100 payments when the total amount due is paid. And in this lower section, I'll enter that $1,200 charge to populate the total amount. But let's say that my agency doesn't charge a flat program fee, but rather continuously bills the client $100 every month for as long as they're in the program. We don't know how long the client will take to complete the program because it depends on their personal progress. Therefore, we don't know from the outset what the total amount is that they'll end up paying. For this scenario, I can select the option to end the $100 payments when the involvement is closed and my client's no longer in the program. Or if you're a specialty court, you also have the option to end payments when the client completes a certain phase within the program. Notice that you won't add charges below. AIMS already knows you want the client to pay $100 a month, so AIMS will add a $100 charge each month for you. Click Save to finalize the payment plan and see the summary. Now I can click the print icon at the top right to generate a financial statement to give to my client. Here's a helpful tip. If your agency uses certain obligation types frequently, talk to your AIMS administrator about setting up default charge amounts and/or a default payment plan. With these defaults in place, you select the obligation type and AIMS sets up the rest automatically, saving you some time. Now let's talk about credits and payments. A credit is an amount that you as a staff member apply to an obligation to reduce the total amount due. Perhaps at today's status hearing, the judge awarded my client a $20 credit towards their program fee. To apply this credit in AIMS, I'll click on the program fee's obligation ID number to open it. Then I'll click the Add Credit link, specify the date and the amount. Click outside of the amount field to see the total amount update to reflect the credit. It was $100 and now it's $80. Click Save at the top. When the client submits a payment, I can record it in AIMS. Click Add Payment at the top. Specify the date, the amount paid, and the payment method. Since my client used a credit card, I'll enter the reference number from my payment processor. Down here, I'll select which obligations to apply the payment to and the amounts. In this case, the client is submitting a total payment of $130. They're putting $80 towards their program fee and $50 towards their drug testing fees. Click outside the fields to see the total amount applied update. Then click Add. To generate a receipt you can give to the client, click the Payments tab, select the payment, then click the print icon. Now you know how to work with accounting in Ames. Check out the online help center to learn more about this feature. Thanks for watching.